Part 2. Okay, where was I? So, follow me on my journey, trying to get myself out of this bottomless pit of despair that I've been trapped in for a little while now. And I don't mean just depression. Trust me, there's plenty of that. Plenty of depression. Yeah. I, just to be upfront and you know, pretty transparent with everybody, I am diagnosed with major depression with atypical features, OCD, ADD, as well as autism, which I was complex PTSD as well. I was not diagnosed with autism until about 6 years ago. Yeah, so definitely an adult, and it was more like a confirmation of like, and also, you know what I mean, like just like, okay, like this is what's up with me. So I've never used it as an excuse. Like I said, I've worked since I was 14. When I was 14, I had 3 jobs actually, and chose to be homeschooled my freshman year of high school so that I could go to my job at noon and work for the rest of the night every day after doing my schoolwork for however many hours in the morning. I've always been a very hard worker. One of my jobs when I was a teenager as well, I went and I had walking pneumonia and chronic bronchitis, and I was literally dying trying to scan people's groceries. You know, I had like a mask and stuff on, but and like cough drops in my mouth, multiple cough drops. But they're like, you have to go home. You're making the customers uncomfortable because you're coughing all the time. I'm like, I must work, you know. So I love to work. That's why I said in the previous video, if you have any like freelance work for me of the things I've listed, or even, you know, editing, proofreading, I can type 100 words a minute. Okay, if you have anything like that, I would love to work. I would love it. Okay, so hit me up for that, for sure. The other thing I wanted to share was about homeless shelters. The other thing is, people are always like, why don't you go to a homeless shelter? It's just the solution they throw at people. Like, oh, you're having a rough time and you're homeless, go to the homeless shelter. First of all, you can only stay at a shelter 3 nights a week. You can't stay there all the time. Okay? Second of all, it's a really good place for a female who is 100 pounds, soaking wet, to get assaulted in a few different ways, if you know what I mean, and robbed. It's actually happened to me there. So I don't want to hear anyone say like, you should just go to the homeless shelter. That's the solution. Like, no, it's not the solution. It's like going to jail. Do you want to go to jail? No, then you don't want to go to a shelter. Have you been to one? If you've been to a shelter, you may comment about it. If you have not, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about until you get in the situation. That's my whole point of making these, is people don't know what they're talking about this situation. There's more to it. Part 3 coming soon. Mwah.